This is your boy Danny, man, from Watts, South Central California, man.
What's going on, Danny? Talk to me, man. Were you impressed by the Charlos brothers, man?
Tonight setup with Showtime was incredible, man. I want to say I was completely surprised by the Charlos. They completely they stepped up and they just proved that they need to be in that conversation on the pound for pound list. And I think they made a statement where they put themselves in that position to deserve those fights, those big fights, those big money fights, and it's what the fans want to see, and that's what we wanted to see, really. If you really think about it, Derevyanchenko, he gave Triple G a hell of a fight on his last performance, and he didn't level down with the Charlo brothers. He still came at it. He still applied that pressure, but the boy was just too much for him. And it wasn't close like it was close to the Triple G fight, which kind of it makes you kind of gauge where they're at, and it kind of makes for that Canelo Charlo spectacle. It kind of makes you salivate for it. You want it now. But I gotta say this, man. Why y'all hating on Canelo so much, man? This boy's the fucking beast. You know it. That's why he's the money man. That's why he's the A side. I see through the
He the
chat
sue man. He the
so much
sue man.
hate.
He out here suing people. He ain't no money man. He out here suing for his money
He,
because he can't generate no money, man. He need to fight Charlo to
He's a
generate
money
that
man.
money.
That's why everybody want to fight him. He's a money man. That's why everybody want to fight him. They know that's where the big payday's gonna come. That's what it comes down to, man.
So why
They gonna get
doesn't
their
he fight
biggest payday
Charlo?
when they fight Canelo.
Why doesn't he fight Charlo? Because that will be his biggest payday. So why he keep ducking Charlo?
Hell, man, everybody's big ticket payday is gonna be Mayweather, man. You know that. Come on.
What's this got to do with
He
Mayweather?
already fought
Mayweather ain't
Mayweather,
fighting
but
right now.
but
I'm talking about right now. Floyd Mayweather retired. What you gonna do? Bring him out of retirement? He already spent Canelo. Let's talk
no, but
about
you
Charlo right
no
now.
no no no.
Name me
You
another
you're
fight
talking about
bigger
now. All right,
now. Of course.
all right. Well, let's put things in perspective. Trip out on this. Canelo already got big paydays. Canelo already got the
You
money.
saying
Carlos
about the pay?
coming up.
Okay,
They
I'm
they
saying
need that.
he
And you
ain't
know
even
what?
making money.
Today
He's not even
proved
making money right now. He's suing the zone for cherry picking because they told him you're not making us any money cherry picking. We want the premier fights. So I'm asking you, why doesn't he fight Charlo? Because you do know he requested a French fries belt and ducked Charlo. So how you justify him ducking and not having cojones?
by him. No, what you mean? Look, bro, you gotta give respect to
So
Canelo and
I,
credit where credit is due.
respect
At
is earned, is not given, and he's not earning nobody respect by ducking. So I'm asking you a simple question: how you justify him ducking Charlo, who told him I'm more Mexican than you, because he told him I'll fight you in Mexico City? And what Canelo did instead, he requested a French fries belt by purchasing it. That's not a title, that's not a belt, and gave up his strap, the pride of Mexico. How you justify
you
that?
really think about it, Charlo didn't really earn that belt, did he? He got Canelo's hand me down.
He
He
got
didn't
what?
really earn that belt. He didn't really fight him for that belt.
He surrendered. Canelo surrendered the belt. Duh. You can't fight nobody that waved the white flag. If two countries fight each other and a country says, "Oh, we surrender, we wave the white flag," guess what happened? That country get conquered. The United States did that to even Mexico. Remember, half of the United States was pretty much Mexico. What they did, they pretty much conquered the whole country. So I'm saying Canelo, he surrendered and waved the white flag to Charlo. So Charlo is the champion, and he pretty much already got Canelo shook. You got more confident in Canelo, but Canelo, he's afraid to fight. So I'm asking you a simple question: how you justify him ducking Charlo?
I think this was Charlo's culminating fight right now, where it puts him in the conversation to legitimize his contendership against Canelo. This was right here. This makes me salivate watching Charlo today beat
Now
Derevyanchenko.
you were shook. You were like, man, this man he gonna knock out Canelo. That's how you feeling.
No, hell no, bro.
Hey, so
I'm a
you telling
boxing
me?
fan
Hey,
before I'm
listen,
a
listen.
Canelo
Let
fan.
me say this. You didn't say to yourself, this is why Canelo Alvarez is ducking Charlo after you saw what he did to Derevyanchenko. You didn't say, damn, this is why he ducking him.
I said, damn, I really want to see this fight. I
So
said,
can
damn, I
you
really want to see these motherfuckers go
so
at it.
can you tell Canelo to fight him then? Is he gonna fight him next?
Hey, if Canelo would listen right now, Canelo, fight this motherfucker because we want to see it. The fans are demanding it.
That's what we
Stop,
want.
stop
Okay,
the
that's what we
bullshit.
want.
It's
So,
time.
but the problem is Canelo, he's not even listening to his fans. You his fan, you support him, you standing up for him, but he's not even standing up for you. He letting you down because he's not gonna fight Charlo next. And he been ducking Charlo 5 years and he's still ducking him to this day. Canelo doesn't even have his fans back. You requesting him to fight Charlo and he refuses. So how you feel about that? How you feel about Canelo letting his fans down?
I feel like you pushing a narrative that isn't exactly true.
How is it pushing a narrative when he avoided him for 5 years?
Because it wasn't a fight that would generate the income that he deserved of.
Okay, I got a question for you. I got a question for you. Are you Hispanic? Are you Hispanic?
I'm half Hispanic, half black.
What's your other half? Is it Mexican?
Yeah, Mexican. Yep.
Okay. Obviously, you're doing your best to justify what Canelo Alvarez is doing. So, who do you respect as Mexican greats? Who do you believe is a Mexican great?
I wouldn't be the right person to ask because I would follow boxing history. My grades aren't exactly based on origin or Mexican. My greats are the legendary greats: Muhammad Ali, Roy Jones.
I'm talking about an all-time great, but I'm talking about Mexican greats, just the Mexican greats. You don't have to go all time. I feel you on that, but I want you to name me your Mexican great fighters coming from a Hispanic person.
It would have to say Cesar Chavez. It would have to be Marquez, Barrera. And I know what you're gonna say.
Okay.
That's the narrative that you're gonna push.
Okay, pause. You named the other fighters. I didn't name them. You named them, right? So you named Chavez Sr. You also named Barrera. Now, both of these champions, two of the greatest Mexican fighters of all time, they told Canelo that you need to fight Charlo and Andre, both Barrera and Chavez Sr. I'm not his only critic. The world is the critic. Even the greatest Hispanic fighters are criticizing Canelo, even Marquez. And do you know what Canelo responded with when Marquez told him to fight Charlo? Do you know what he said?
Enlighten me. Nope. What he said?
Canelo said that I want to fight you. He challenged Marquez. He wanted to fight him for telling him to fight Charlo.
It sounds like a real motherfucker. Shit, you talking shit. I want to knock your ass out.
So you're gonna want to fight Marquez that's retired, that's 126 pounder, but you ain't gonna fight the man he's telling you to fight when he's just criticizing you and there's a legit criticism there. So you're gonna fight Marquez, but you ain't gonna fight Charlo. Hello?
Hey, Augustin.
Hello?
Man, boy,
anybody home?
Crazy.
Anybody home?
Yeah,
so I'm asking you a simple question. So you're gonna fight Marquez, but you ain't gonna fight the guy he telling you to fight since you've been avoiding him for the past 5 years?
I think we both agree with that. Akhi, them motherfuckers do need to fight. But
we agree on him remember, ducking. Charlo. Are you saying we agree on him ducking? So you're contradicting yourself.
No. I'm not contradicting myself. I never said he wasn't. I just said it was a business, and at the point previous, the risk didn't outweigh the reward.
You said it's business. What makes sense makes money, which makes business. Charlo always been his biggest fight. You keep talking about Mayweather. You want to bring him out of retirement. I'm talking about today. I'm talking about Charlo. Name me another fighter. Okay, bro. Name me another fighter. Name me any fighter that Canelo fought his past 2-3 fights.
Jacob, Lara,
so
Kovalev.
Jacob, hold on. Bro, these were bigger fights than the Charlo fight, you believe?
At this point, no, not with this performance. Before, yes, the Charlos were in the conversation, but they weren't like, damn, I was salivating on that shit.
We're talking about Canelo fights on the zone. His fights on the zone. Have they been bigger names than Charlo?
Yes.
Which one?
Who's been bigger names than
I'm asking you a simple question. The names Canelo fought on the zone, are they bigger names than Charlo?
Jacobs.
Okay,
Man, bro, Charlo was
so Jacob. Okay,
Charlo
Jacob.
was asking Jacob for a fight. Charlo was
You're right. Charlo was asking Jacob for a fight, and Jacob looked elsewhere. Okay, you justify that. You saying that Jacob didn't want to fight Charlo, but I'm asking you. You said Jacob. What was the numbers he did on the zone when Canelo fought Jacob?
what?
What was the numbers Canelo Alvarez did versus Daniel Jacob at 160 on the zone? What was the viewership?
I didn't follow that.
All right, okay, cool. I'm gonna inform you because I got my facts. You don't got your facts. I do. They did 660,000 on the zone in the United States, and worldwide they did 1.2 million. So according to the zone, that was a flop. They lost 20 to 30 million in that fight since Canelo didn't bring in the revenue. Now, do you know Charlo, when he fights on Fox on PBC, he does 2 million plus on national television. So if you compare them numbers, Jermall and Jermell, they tripling his numbers that he's doing on the zone. His biggest numbers. So people lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. That proved Charlo is a bigger fight. That proved that Canelo haven't been fighting bigger names than Charlo on the zone. He been cherry picking. You say it's business. If it's business, you're supposed to make the biggest fight that make money. And he's not. That's why he's suing the zone, because the zone is telling him, listen, man, you're not bringing in the revenue. We losing 20 to 30 million because you stay cherry picking. So the zone don't agree with you. The past legends don't agree with you. Therefore, opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one. We bring facts to the table. Facts trump opinions. Like I said, these Hispanic legends you respect said that, requested that, demanding that. Canelo been ducking Charlo for the past 5 years, and he's still ducking to this day. He said, what did Rocky Fielding do to get a Canelo title fight?
What Rocky Fielding had a belt.
That wasn't a real belt. Remember, that was the regular title. The real belt is the super title. Smith had that title. So Rocky Fielding got knocked out by Smith in the first round. So you said Charlo haven't fought nobody to prove himself, even though that we know that's a lot because he already beat J-Rock Williams at the time. Remember when he was undefeated, then moved up to 160, right? So you said, according to you, you said that it's business. Charlo, according to you, this is your own words. You said that Charlo was a nobody at the time, So who the heck was Rocky Fielding?
Ain't nobody knew who Rocky Fielding was when he fought him. They just know he had a belt, and it was one of those fights that they knew he was going to win.
So why he fought Rocky Fielding, but he didn't fight Charlo?
Like I told you earlier, the risk didn't equal the reward.
So he afraid Charlo will beat him.
There's a big risk, but we saw the fight today. We know this. I am not a Canelo fat boy. You got to understand that. Man, but I want to give credit where credit is due. You can't.
He not earning no credit. You don't earn credit by ducking the best. You don't earn credit by giving up your title, by surrendering your title and waving the white flag. You don't get credit that way. You get credit by fighting a guy like Charlo. Not ducking a guy like Charlo and Andre for the past 5 years. To this day. With that being said, man, I appreciate you for calling in. At least you called in, so I thank you for that. All right.
Hey, I appreciate all the facts next time.
All right. Thank you. Like I said, that's what we do. We buy the decafs with facts. All right. Let me go and pick up more calls.
I just want to put this shit to rest, bro. I'm calling out of Houston, Texas. But I'm going to just tell you like this, man. All these Canelo fans, they have to realize the truth, bro. Canelo fought nothing but washed-up fighters, nothing but fighters that Mayweather beat already and trying to make a name for himself. Like, come on. He fought Mosley. Mayweather didn't beat Mosley. But nah, he want to go fight. Canelo want to go fight Mosley. People want to give credit for that. And I want to tell you the truth, Akhi. But look, this is the truth. And I'm going to tell you like this. I'm Mexican, all right? I'm Mexican, straight up. But I'm going to tell you like this right now. All the Mexican fan base of Canelo, they're stubborn as fuck, bro.
You cannot change their mind. If Canelo got his ass whooped 10 times by Charlo, they're still gonna say better than Charlo. All because he's Mexican. That's it, bro. It's
Right.
just because he's Mexican, they're gonna back him up. There ain't no changing his mind, bro. Like they stubborn. Like there's a dude in the chat that he talking about De La Hoya talking about that he's gonna pay him. Nah, bro, that was a low bar offer, so they couldn't. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, Akhi, bro, I agree with you 100%. I love your show. If anything, I'm on this line to support all the facts you stated, bro. Canelo, he talking, and then one of the dudes in the chat talking about, he beat Kovalev. Yeah, after Kovalev almost got knocked out and was knocked out already by Andre Ward, and they wanted him to get props for beating somebody that got knocked out.
Yeah, and he got knocked out by Alvarez, and I'm not talking about Canelo either. He got knocked out by a guy named Alvarez.
Yeah, Alvarez.
Yeah, and then Yard nearly stopped him. He was one punch removed from getting knocked out in the 8th if it wasn't for Yard punching himself out. And remember, Yard was really untested at the time. He only had 12 amateur fights and 18 pro fights, and that was his big step up fight. And he nearly knocked out Kovalev. So that's why Canelo seized the moment.
Yeah.
And just to bring up, one of the points you brought up, these decaps in the comment section, Oscar said this, Oscar said that. But Charlo came out on Instagram and said that was a cap. And you got to remember, for example, when Errol Spence had a mandatory and his mandatory avoided him because he was saying he's not ready for Errol Spence. So Errol Spence ended up fighting Ukambo instead. Why didn't Errol Spence give up his title like Canelo did? They saying Oscar did offer Charlo a purse. If Canelo offered Charlo a purse, he wouldn't have had to surrender his title or give up his title.
Exactly. But he keep ducking. He keep moving up. He keep getting the French fries belt. I'm sick of it, man. I'm sick of these Canelo fans thinking this dude. And then he want to make up 155. Remember, I think he fought Cotto at 155. How you gonna make up your own damn weight and then become a champion?
Right. He even fought.
Can somebody explain that shit to me? Like, come on, bro. You're not 55. And then you make Khan go up 2 weight classes, knock him out, and you get praise for that shit. Nah, bro, you don't get no praise for that shit. Look, this is my biggest point right now, Akhi.
Yes,
let's tell the truth right now. Triple G, Derevyanchenko gave more hell to Triple G than Canelo gave Triple G hell. Who you think did more damage on Triple G? Canelo or Derevyanchenko? Because in my opinion, Derevyanchenko gave more hell to Triple G.
Great point. Hell yeah, you're right. He beat him in a more convincing
And then
fashion.
guess who? Exactly. And guess who got their ass whooped last night on pay-per-view? Fucking Derevyanchenko by Charlo. Charlo he didn't even look tired or nothing. He looked like he was just chilling, coasting the whole time, man.
Facts.
Like these dudes, they don't look at that shit, man. They don't look at the facts, bro.
Yes, sir. They know the truth deep inside, and I want to thank you for telling the truth. Coming from a Hispanic person, like I said, it takes a strong character person to do something like that. You know what I'm saying? You cut from a different cloth. You cut from the truth cloth. So I want to give you props for that. But like you said, you brought up a great point. I didn't even think about that. Canelo Alvarez, he beat Gennady Golovkin the second time, but Derevyanchenko, truth be told, he did way more damage. He beat Gennady Golovkin in a way more convincing fashion. And this is the performance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had Triple G, like he hit Triple G with a nasty like body shot. It had Triple G running around the ring.
And the
Canelo couldn't even get Triple G to run around the ring.
Hey, I remember that time.
Saved his ass.
The referee stopped the action out of nowhere for no reason when Derevyanchenko was going after him for no reason.
That boy was running. That boy was on that bike.
And what happened to that Mexican style, though? He was talking about Mexican style this, Mexican style that. As soon as he got somebody Mexican style, you want to go Ali style.
That's all exactly. And that's all to get tickets. See, a lot of people understand. That's just to get the tickets, get it sold. And that's fine. Whatever, make your money.
The Mexican style is really Chavez, is really Barrera, Morales. These guys went toe-to-toe and gave us wars, legendary, classic fights. I mean, my 5 to top 10 greatest fights of all time in my book is Barrera versus Morales. Man, that's true Mexican style. When we say Mexican style, that's what the hell we talking about, going toe-to-toe, throwing combinations with skill. Man, Gennady Golovkin never went toe-to-toe. When he fought Lemieux, he won a box all day. You know what I'm saying? But he want to use that Mexican style to promote himself. And you ain't fighting Mexican style whenever you get a fighter that fights Mexican style.
Hold it, you're not that pretty. I'm a bad man. Wait. I shook up the world. I shook up the world. I shook up the world.
bear witness, there's only one God, Allah, and Muhammad is his final messenger. That's what I said, Larry, on the bungle fight. Thanking you.
They call me the problem, but you could call me the can man, because anybody can get it. Africans, Americans, Dominicans, Mexicans, anybody can get it.